recipe is beginner level. Hi, and welcome to Activity TV. I'm Chef Ralph Pellerino, and today I'm going to show you how to make popcorn cake. Sometimes we use an oven or tools that can be harmful, like a knife, so be sure to have an adult around to cook with you. This recipe comes to us from the new Holly Clegg Trim and Terrific Cookbook. Here are the ingredients you'll need. Half a cup of unpopped plain popcorn, dash of salt, optional, 4 cups of miniature marshmallows, half a cup of margarine, and 2/3 cup candy-coated milk chocolate. If you'd like to print a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions for this or any other recipe you've seen on Activity TV, check out our website at www.activitytv.tv. Popcorn cakes are a delicious treat, perfect for a school time snack or lunchtime dessert. To get started, the first thing you want to do is pop your popcorn, according to the directions. I've already popped some popcorn here, and salt is optional, which I love, so I'll put a little bit of salt in there and just kind of toss it up a little bit. Now let's get started on our marshmallow potion, I guess we'll call it. So we're going to melt a little bit of margarine in a pan. There we go. So we just kind of melt it, and now I have the heat on very low because we don't want to burn our margarine. So just kind of keep it in a clockwise fashion and dissolve all that margarine in a pan. What we want to do is, if we keep it moving, it actually will melt a little bit faster. Just a little tip here. Okay? Now you see that the margarine is completely dissolved, and now we want to add our marshmallows. Now for this, I'm going to turn my heat up just a slight bit, because what we're doing is we're taking kind of a room or cold temperature item and putting it in a hot pan. And this will stop the cooking process. So just turn the heat up a little bit. Put your bowl over there, and again, like we talked about with the margarine, just keep turning and turning, and adjusting the heat as you go along. Okay? And you'll notice how the marshmallows and the margarine will kind of move together. There we go. I'll put my heat up a little bit. Keep that stirring. What you don't want to do is have the butter and the marshmallows break. When I say break, I mean that they separate. If I constantly move it, everything comes together. That's the idea. Is to make that marshmallow mix. It's going to go all over that popcorn. And if you see that things are kind of happening too fast for you, it's okay to just kind of step aside and take it off the heat. Which I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go over to my caramel candy-coated milk chocolates and pour them in my popcorn, okay? And what you want to do is kind of just toss them really nice. It's okay to use your hands as long as you're clean. We got that all mixed together. We're going to go back to our marshmallow sauce. I put it back on the heat just for a second or two, and I think we're ready to pour it all over that popcorn. Look at our marshmallow sauce. Nice and even, no breaks. It's ready for the popcorn. Come over here. Just kind of move it around. Evenly distributed amongst all the popcorn kernels. Go. Make sure you shut your flame off. And now we're going to toss this all together and make our cake. Let's use this. See what I'm doing here? Now this mixture is very hot, so be careful when you're holding the bowl. And you'll notice that it just moves everything around. What you don't want to do is move it around too much, because eventually the marshmallow mixture will get cold and it'll all be stuck together and you won't be able to make a cake out of it. So I think we're good right now. So now what I want to do is put it in our buttered pan. See, set this over here. And now what we want to do is take the spatula and just kind of move it around. And again, it's still hot, so it should move around pretty good. There we go. Pat it down. Try to make it as even as possible, but it's okay. It's your creation, so if it looks a little bit different, it's okay. There we go. Now we have this all smoothed out and it's ready for the refrigerator. I'm going to put it in for about an hour, and then we're going to cut it into pieces and eat it. All right, now that it's out of the refrigerator, nice and firm, it's ready for cutting. Just going to cut a little piece, just like a piece of cake. Put it right on your plate, and it's ready to eat. Thanks for cooking with me today. I'm Ralph Pellerino. See you next time. This recipe is expert level. Hi, and welcome to Activity TV. I'm Chef Ralph Pallarino, and today I'm going to show you how to make one of my all-time favorites, homemade caramel apples. Sometimes we use an oven or tools that can be harmful, like a knife, so be sure to have an adult around to cook with you. Here are the ingredients you'll need. Half a cup butter, 2 cups brown sugar, 1 cup corn syrup, dash of salt, 1 can sweetened condensed milk, 1 teaspoon vanilla, tart apples, 1 cup finely chopped salted peanuts, and some popsicle sticks. If you'd like to print a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions for this or any other recipe you've seen on Activity TV, check out our website at www.activitytv.tv. Caramel apples make a delicious summer snack, our greatest Halloween treats, and you can even give them as gifts during the holidays. I have a real cool recipe I want to show you, so let's get started. The first thing we want to do is make our caramel sauce. What you want to do is take a deep saucepan on medium heat and add our butter. Melt that really well. I have a wooden spoon here, and I just want to mix the butter a little bit. See how it's melting really good there? Next, we have our brown sugar. Add that right to the butter. We're mixing our brown sugar and our butter all together. See how that's coming together really good? Now we're going to add our corn syrup. Nice and slow. What we want to do is just, there's a little extra in there. Okay. I like to always keep a clean countertop. This way everything's out of your way, and it makes it a little bit easier when you're cooking, so you're not bumping into everything. The corn syrup's in with the brown sugar and the butter, and we're mixing it all together, clockwise fashion. See, it's all coming together real nice and smooth. That's the idea. Caramel sauce, you want it nice and smooth. You don't want it lumpy. Okay, so nice and slow. I still have it on medium heat. If it starts bubbling and it gets a little bit out of hand, don't be afraid to take it off the heat and keep stirring. Put it back on, take it back off. You work at your own pace. When you're working with caramel sauce, the idea is to get it real smooth. I think I got it nice and smooth. And now we want to add our sweetened condensed milk. Again, nice and slow. Nice and slow. Okay. There we go. Okay. And now again, we're mixing all these ingredients together. We have the butter, the brown sugar, the corn syrup, and the sweetened condensed milk. And one of our last ingredients is salt, just a pinch. Throw that right in there. That's going to heighten all those great flavors. And keep it stirring. See how nice and smooth that is? Now that all the ingredients are in and all smoothed out, we're going to cook this for about 10 minutes on medium heat. Be sure to stir it every couple minutes. And then we're ready for our apples. Our caramel's been cooking for about 10 minutes, and I've been stirring it, and now it's ready for our final ingredient, the vanilla. Put your vanilla in, give that a good couple stirs. And the trick to seeing if your caramel sauce is done is what we're going to do. Okay, let's take a little bit of a dollop of the caramel sauce, and what we're going to do is just very gently put it into an ice water bath. A little bit of water, some ice, and hopefully it'll form a ball, and then we'll know it's ready. I'm using 2 spoons, if you notice. Got the 2 spoons. And it's okay, as long as your hands are clean, it's just get in there and just grab that caramel and see if it forms a ball. And I tell you what, we are in business. Now we're ready to coat our apples. I have a couple of green apples, some of my favorites. some popsicle sticks. Now what you want to do is take your time, and we want to put the popsicle sticks on the top of the apple. What I would suggest is firmly, with one hand, hold the apple down on the board. Now I'm going to take my popsicle stick and insert it on the top of the apple right around the stem. Holding steady with your left hand, take your right hand, and just firmly press down with all your strength, and it should go right in. Now we're ready to coat our apple. I'm going to come over to the caramel, just very slowly, because again, we're dealing with hot mixture here, and just coat your apple. If you notice what I'm doing is I'm kind of tipping the caramel sauce to the edge of the pan, and just keep turning and turning, and get that apple coated with all that good caramel goodness. And then slowly twist really lightly out of the pan. A little bit of excess caramel is going to come off the apple. And just kind of twist it around like that. Look at that, that is gorgeous. I have some finely chopped peanuts. What we're going to do is just lay the apple really gently into the nuts. And again, just like you did with the caramel sauce, just roll to your right. Okay. Just keep rolling. If you have to pad a little bit, you have your left hand, so you might as well use it, right? What you can do is just pick up some nuts and just kind of dust it with the nuts. I personally like a lot of nuts, so what I'm going to do is just put a little bit extra all around it. Then you give it a shake, and you're good. And there's your caramel apple. When you're all done with your apples, you want to stick them in the refrigerator for about a half hour. Thanks for cooking with me. I'm Chef Ralph Palorino. See you next time. This recipe is expert level. Hi, and welcome to Activity TV. I'm Chef Ralph Palorino, and I have a really delicious summertime treat to show you. So get ready to make some caramel corn. Sometimes we use an oven or tools that can be harmful, like a knife, so be sure to have an adult around to cook with you. Here are the ingredients you'll need. 4 cups freshly popped corn, salted, 1 cup brown sugar, half a cup butter, half a cup corn syrup, half a teaspoon vanilla, and a half a teaspoon baking soda. If you'd like to print a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions for this or any other recipe you've seen on Activity TV, check out our website at www.activitytv.tv. Caramel popcorn is a delicious summer snack. You can also make this recipe during the holidays or even on Halloween. The first thing you want to do is put the popcorn in a large baking pan. Now you notice I already popped my corn here, so I'm just going to lay it on the pan. Now I'm ready for my caramel sauce. Let's get started. What you want to do is start with some brown sugar. Take your wooden spoon, just break it up so it's nice and smooth. Next we want to do is put our butter in. Hear that sizzling? Keep it moving clockwise. And don't be afraid if it seems like it's a little bit tough to move around. It's going to get easier, trust me. Now you'll notice that all the butter and the brown sugar is melting really nicely together. Again, keep it moving. See how it's getting... Whoa, wow. This is a lot easier than when we started. Just keep moving it around. And next what we're going to do is put our corn syrup in. Now if you notice, see how it's bubbling a lot? What I want to do is just kind of slightly turn down the heat a little bit. I don't want to move too fast. There's no hurry in making this sauce. Next what we want to do is put our corn syrup in. Again, nice and gently. Nice and slow. What we want to do is take our wooden spoon. Just real nice to get every last bit of that corn syrup in. We always want to use a clean work area. It helps from bumping into things and hurting yourself in the kitchen. Back to our caramel sauce. We have our butter, our brown sugar, and our corn syrup. Heat is on medium, mixing it all together. What we want to do is cook this for about 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes and our caramel sauce is bubbling and cooking, and I've been stirring it for about a couple minutes. Every couple minutes I stir it. Make it nice and smooth. Now what you want to do is you want to take it off the heat. We have two final ingredients that we want to add. A little bit of vanilla and some baking soda. Give those a couple stirs, maybe like 5 or 6. And guess what? It's ready for caramel corn. And the speed varies, you know. I like to mix it a little fast and then kind of slow. All incorporate all those ingredients. Remember, we have butter, brown sugar, corn syrup, baking soda, and vanilla. Now we're ready for our caramel corn. What you want to do, you just want to drizzle the caramel sauce all over that popcorn. There we go. Try to coat every single kernel with the caramel sauce. Okay. All right. Now this is ready for the oven. 1 hour at 250 degrees. Just pulled my popcorn out. It's cooking for about an hour at 250 degrees. This is popcorn. What I want to do is break it up a little bit, just like I'm doing here, because in the cooking process it may have stuck a little bit to the pan. And guess what? This caramel corn is ready to get eaten. Hey, thanks for cooking with me. I'm Ralph Pellerino. See you next time. This recipe is expert level. Hi, and welcome to Activity TV. I'm Chef Ralph Pellerino, and I'm going to show you how to make homemade funnel cakes. Sometimes we use an oven with tools that can be harmful, like a knife, so be sure to have an adult around to cook with you. Here are the ingredients you'll need. 4 cups flour, 1 tablespoon baking powder, ½ teaspoon salt, 1 cup brown sugar, 3 eggs, 2 1/4 cups milk, ½ teaspoon vanilla extract, peanut and canola oil, confectioner's sugar, a funnel or funnel pitcher. If you'd like to print a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions for this or any other recipe you've seen on Activity TV, check out our website at www.activitytv.tv. Now let's get started. The first step in a medium bowl is to mix together your dry ingredients, which would be your flour, your brown sugar, your salt, and your baking powder. Just kind of break that brown sugar up with your fingers. Make it a little bit easier later on. Dash of salt. Use a nice clean working area. Makes things easier. And your baking powder. And again, make sure you get all those ingredients out of there. Now what we want to do is mix them all together so they're evenly distributed all amongst the bowl. I'm using a whisk, and you'll see what I'm doing here. Instead of just mixing, I'm kind of pushing it down, and it's kind of going through, almost like a sifting action through the whisk. And you'll notice that the flour will become a little bit more brown from the brown sugar. That's how you'll know it's all mixed together. Looking good to me. Oh, we're about halfway through making these funnel cakes. Oh man, am I hungry. All mixed. Now what we want to do is mix our wet ingredients and then mix it all together. I have 3 eggs in a bowl. I have some milk. Nice, slow. Okay. So I got eggs in the milk, dash of vanilla. Back to our whisk. Break your eggs up. And in a clockwise motion, nice and slow, mix all those ingredients. Milk, vanilla, and eggs. Whew, I'm excited. Now what we want to do is take our dry ingredients, which was the flour, brown sugar, and the baking powder. And we want to incorporate it very slowly into our wet mixture. So in my left hand, I have my dry mixture, and I have my wet mixture right on my right. What I want to do is just slowly put a little bit of that dry ingredients into the bowl. Okay. And every once in a while, we want to mix those dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. We're making our batter, if you haven't noticed. A little bit more of the dry. You get the idea, right? A little bit, little bit. Keep mixing it. What you don't want to do is put it all in at the same time. That'll be such a headache trying to get all that batter nice and smooth. The key to a good funnel batter is a smooth batter. How's it looking? I think it's looking great. Gets a little bit harder, so you kind of have to mix a little bit harder. And again, incorporate that in a clockwise motion. Batter. And then the rest of the dry ingredients right in there. And over here, let you see this, okay? Now what I'm doing is I'm just slowly incorporating all those wet ingredients. Okay, so this may take a couple minutes. Don't be in a hurry, because the key is to make it nice and smooth. So just keep stirring it. If your right hand gets tired, go to your left hand. That's what I do, because I get tired quickly. A little bit of that left hand in there. Back to the right hand. Whew. This is looking good. Okay. I think it looks great. See that? What you want to do is kind of just get in there with the whisk and then pull it up. Kind of can pretend like this is the oil and this is your batter and you're making that funnel cake. See how it's nice and stiff like that? Pick it up and then it's ready. Now I'm ready to transfer my mixture into my funnel pitcher. I would probably recommend doing about a quarter to half a cup at a time. This will make it a little bit easier to make your funnel cakes. Before we get started, we want to talk a little bit about this hot oil. I recommend having an adult around because it could be a little bit dangerous. So make sure you have an adult around to help you pour the mixture over the oil. And again, we want to go nice and slow. We don't want any of that oil to get all over the place. Here we go. And just pour in a nice tight circle, around and around to the middle. And then once we get to the middle, form little webs to tie it all together. Now the first one may not be perfect, but I guess what? It'll taste good. Here we go. Now what you want to do is just cook it a little bit on each side. I'd say about maybe 50 to 60 seconds. We have our tongs right here, and when we see it browning, we're just going to flip it over to the other side. And again, make sure an adult's helping you out with this. So just move the funnel cake towards you. The closer the better. Okay. And then what we're going to do is just kind of flip it over, just like that. See that? Doesn't that look great? And over here, what I've done is I've taken a paper bag and I've cut it open and I've put it on a baking sheet. That's where we're going to transfer our funnel cakes. So again, move. Don't be afraid to just move it close to you so you can grab it. Shake off any excess oil and transfer it to your paper bag. Oh, wow, that looks great. Over here I have a little powdered sugar. When it's still a little bit hot so it absorbs all that good sugar powder. Just shake it all around. That's all there is to it. Let your funnel cake cool down for a couple of minutes and you dig in. I hope you had fun cooking with me. I'm Ralph Pellerino. See you next time. This recipe is expert level. Hi, welcome to Activity TV. I'm Chef Ralph Pellerino, and today I'm going to show you how to make classic homemade corn dogs. Sometimes we use an oven or tools that can be harmful, like a knife, so be sure to have an adult around to cook with you. Here are the ingredients you'll need. 1 cup milk, 2 medium eggs, 1/4 cup oil, 2 tablespoons sugar, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon black pepper, 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1 1/3 cups cornmeal, 2/3 cup flour, 2 packages of beef hot dogs, 1/2 cup of flour for dusting, hot oil for deep frying, popsicle sticks or wooden skewers. If you'd like to print a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions for this or any other recipe you've seen on Activity TV, check out our website at www.activitytv.tv. Corn dogs remind me of hanging out on the boardwalk in the summertime. And today, I'm going to show you how to make this summer classic at home. All right, let's get started. The first thing we want to do is preheat our oil to about 350. I've already gone ahead and done that. It takes about 10 minutes. Next, what we want to do is mix all our ingredients together to make that delicious corn dog batter. I have some milk, cornmeal, flour, salt and pepper, baking powder, sugar, and oil. Let's go ahead and get started. What I want to do is incorporate the milk and the eggs. Before we put anything else in, I want to break those eggs up with a whisk. Get it all started. It's better to do this in steps. Next, you want to put the oil in. Pepper, salt. And as you go along, try to clean up your area where you're working. Makes it a little bit easier to work. Baking powder, sugar. Let's stop for a second and mix this all together. Only a couple more ingredients to go. Nice, even motions, clockwise is always the best. What we're doing is we're using a whisk here. What I like to do is, because we have some dry ingredients in here, is kind of just tap some of that baking powder down. Try to break up those clumps. Go ahead and keep mixing, nice and easy. Next, we want to put our flour in. Nice and even. Mix that all again. And again, use your whisk and clomp down on each little flour. Okay. Almost there. Oh, I can smell those corn dogs now. And last but not least is the cornmeal. There we go. Now we have all our ingredients. Let's talk about that. We have a couple eggs, milk, baking powder, salt, pepper, sugar, cornmeal, and flour. What we want to do is have a nice, even batter. This may take a couple minutes, but just take your time and make it nice and smooth. Kind of pick it up, nice and smooth. There you go. Okay, now we have our batter all ready. What we want to do next is get our hot dogs ready. Now, this is a real important trick, because if we don't do this, the cornmeal batter will not stick to the hot dog. So what we're going to do first is just put the hot dog into the flour and just roll it around. What this is going to do is actually dry the hot dog out so the cornmeal batter will stick. It's a little trick, but very important. So tap out any excess flour, just like this. Take one of your skewers, hold the hot dog just like this, and slowly insert the skewer into the hot dog, very slowly. You don't want to hurt yourself. There we go, perfect. When again, what I like to do is just dust off any excess flour. Now we're ready to go. I want to talk to you a little bit about the oil. Oil is very hot, so this is where an adult comes in handy. What I recommend is just have them stand here and hold the hot dogs into the oil when you drop it in. You can sit on the sidelines and watch, but I think it's a good idea that we use an adult, okay? Now we're ready. I have my batter in the bowl, hot dog on the skewer. What I want to do is tilt the batter just a little bit, stick my skewer in, and evenly coat the hot dog. See what I'm doing here? We don't want to see any flour. It's okay to get your fingers a little dirty. It's okay. Okay. See how that sticks to the hot dog? Just kind of any excess that'll come off. Okay. And now we're ready for the hot oil. Now what we're going to do before, again, I always like to practice before I'm using hot oil. And pretend you're putting it into the oil. You just twirl it a little bit. And then you're going to drop it into the oil. I'm ready. There we go. Nice and slow. Drop the tip of the hot dog into the oil, real gently, give it one turn, and then drop it in. Perfect. Cooking time's about 10 minutes until golden brown. I'm making a couple extra. I got some friends coming over. Wow, they're going to be happy. Getting good at this now. Drop the tip of the hot dog into the oil, give it one turn, and then let it go. Let's do one more. I think this one's going to be perfect. dust a little bit. Get our skewers in there, just like that. Shake the flour off. Get our batter. There we go. There we go. We want to drop that in. Give it a turn. And let it go. 10 minutes until golden brown. Doesn't this look delicious? Just add a little mustard and get ready for some good times. Thanks for cooking with me today. I'm Chef Ralph Palorino. See you next time. This recipe is intermediate level. Hi, and welcome to Activity TV. If you love pizza, then this recipe will really make you happy. I'm Chef Ralph Palorino, and I'm going to show you how to make mini cheese pizzas. Sometimes we use an oven or tools that can be harmful, like a knife, so be sure to have an adult around to cook with you. This recipe comes to us from the new Holly Clegg Trim and Terrific Cookbook. Here are the ingredients you'll need. 1 can flaky refrigerated biscuits, 1/3 cup tomato sauce, ½ teaspoon dried oregano leaves, and ½ cup shredded mozzarella cheese. If you'd like to print a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions for this or any other recipe you've seen on Activity TV, check out our website at www.activitytv.tv. Let's start by preheating our oven to 450 degrees. Now what you want to do is take your package of biscuits, hear that pop? We're all ready to go. Before we do anything, we want to put a little bit of cooking spray on your pan. And now we're ready for the biscuits. Just lay your biscuits. Make sure you leave enough room between each biscuit because they're going to expand in the oven. I'll do 4. Next, what you want to do is you want to make mini pizzas. And just press down on the dough, just gently from the middle to the ends, and just pull it. It's very elastic. It's going to go back a little bit more, but just keep pressing until you feel that you had a perfect little circle. Just keep doing that for each one, working from the in of the circle to the out. See what I'm doing here? Starting inside, and I'm kind of pulling the dough to the outside. One more, okay? Inside. Now I'm going to put the rest on the tray. Now I have all my biscuits patted out. Next step is the sauce. So what I want to do is take a little bit of oregano, put it in your tomato sauce, give it a few turns. Make sure all the oregano gets all into that sauce. Next, what you want to do is, again, starting from the center, just spoon a little bit of sauce onto each biscuit. If you like a lot of sauce, put a lot of sauce. If you just like a little bit, put a little bit. Now, I have some friends coming over, so what I'm going to do is just make some with a lot of sauce and some with just a little bit. This one will make a little bit. This one, just a little bit. And these, we will have extra sauce. Look at that. And last, our cheese. And again, just like the sauce, some will put a lot of cheese on. Others will just put a little bit of cheese on. Okay, we're all finished and ready for the oven. 450 degrees for 10 minutes. I just took my pizzas out of the oven. Don't they look great? Thanks for cooking with me. I'm Chef Ralph Palorino. See you next time. This recipe is intermediate level. Hi, and welcome to Activity TV. I'm Chef Ralph Palorino, and today I'm going to show you how to make one-step macaroni and cheese. Sometimes we use an oven or tools that can be harmful, like a knife, so be sure to have an adult around to cook with you. This recipe comes to us from the new Holly Clegg Trim and Terrific Cookbook. Here are the ingredients you'll need. 1 package elbow macaroni, 1 package reduced fat cheddar cheese, 1 can evaporated skim milk, 2.5 cups skim milk, 1 egg, 1/4 cup sugar, and salt and pepper. If you'd like to print a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions for this or any other recipe you've seen on Activity TV, check out our website at www.activitytv.tv. I love macaroni and cheese, and this recipe is great because it's simple and delicious. I started off by preheating the oven to 350 degrees. The next thing we want to do in a 2-quart casserole dish is mix together our macaroni and cheese. So what we want to do is take the elbow macaroni and toss in some of that cheddar cheese. Put this aside. Keep a nice, even working space. And just with your hands, get in there and just evenly distribute the cheese and the macaroni. Now we're ready to put it in our casserole dish. See that? Put this aside. I just want to show you how we have it here. Next, we want to make our cheese sauce. In another mixing bowl, we want to take our egg that I beat a little bit ahead of time. Next, we want to take our skim milk. Then we have our evaporated milk. A little bit of sugar. There we go. Give that a mix. You want to make sure that egg gets incorporated in the mixture by just making little circles in the middle. See what I'm doing? Just little circles and then make it wide and take it back in and wide and then take it back in. Now we're ready to take our mixture and pour it all over that elbow, macaroni, and cheese. Be careful. Use both hands. Slowly. Slowly. Try to make sure it's all over the top. Now I know what you're thinking. You're saying, well, the elbow macaroni isn't cooked yet. But it's actually going to cook in the sauce in the oven. So now what we want to do is cover this and put it in the oven. Now that we have our foil on our mixture, it's ready for the oven. 350 degrees for 1 hour. I'm going to place it on a baking sheet and put it in the oven. Our mixture's been cooking for about an hour now. I'm going to take the tin foil off and cook it for an additional 10 minutes. This is going to make it really nice and brown. See how nicely brown it is? Stick with me. And After School Eats will never be boring again. I'm Ralph Palorino. See you next time. This recipe is intermediate level. Hi, and welcome to Activity TV. I'm Ralph Palorino, and I want to show you a fun twist on a summer camp favorite. So let's make some frozen surprise s'mores. Sometimes we use an oven or tools that can be harmful, like a knife, so be sure to have an adult around to cook with you. This recipe comes to us from Holly Clegg's Trim and Terrific Freezer-Friendly Meals. Here are the ingredients you'll need. 1 package instant chocolate pudding and pie filling, 1.5 cups skim milk, 1/2 cup peanut butter, 1 box graham crackers, and 1 container whipped topping. If you'd like to print a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions for this or any other recipe you've seen on Activity TV, check out our website at www.activitytv.tv. Let's start with our graham crackers. What I want to do is divide them in half. Just like that. Now we have our graham crackers all ready to go. We'll put those aside for a second. And I'll make my mixture by putting some instant chocolate pudding, some peanut butter. Make sure that peanut butter is softened at room temperature. It'll be a little bit easier to work with. Take a whisk, and in your left hand, hold your milk, in your right hand your whisk, and just slowly incorporate all those ingredients. Little circles, little circles. There we go. Now that that's all in, incorporate it really good so it's nice and smooth. Don't worry about the spills. Cooking's fun, but it can also be a little messy. Now we have our pudding mixture, nice and smooth. Give that a couple twirls. I think we're ready to go. Set that over here. You'll notice here I have my whipped topping. Have everything right in front of you. Clean up your workspace. It'll make it a little bit easier for you to make your s'mores. Right now, whipped topping, pudding mixture, and graham crackers. So what I want to do is first put a little bit of the pudding mixture on the s'mores, nice and even. I'm using a cake or a icing spreader. A butter knife will do just fine. Now, if you want to put a lot on, that's great, but just keep in mind when you press it down, it may go all over the place. Nice and even. And the last one. Look at that. Now, we are ready for our whipped topping. What I recommend here is just a spoon, and what we're going to do is put a dollop on each cracker, just like that. It's going to spread when you put it down with the graham cracker. So just dollop right in the middle, just like that. Right in the middle. And the last one. We are all set. Now what you're going to do is take the other half of the graham cracker, just like this, and just put it down, just kind of drop it, and then just give it a couple taps. About 2 or 3 taps. Let's do that again. Just lay it down, give it a couple taps. Just like that. Let's do it again. Tap, tap, tap. Lay it down, tap, tap, tap. And one more. Lay it down, tap, tap, tap. Well, these are ready for the freezer. So I'm going to put them in the freezer for about 3 hours. Now that these have been in the freezer for about 3 hours, they're ready to eat. I hope you enjoy eating your frozen s'mores. I'm Chef Ralph Pellerino. See you next time. This recipe is intermediate level. Hi, and welcome to Activity TV. I'm Chef Ralph Pellerino, and today I'm going to show you how to make Rice Krispie treats on a stick. Sometimes we use an oven or tools that can be harmful, like a knife, so be sure to have an adult around to cook with you. Here are the ingredients you'll need. 5 cups crispy rice cereal, 1/4 cup butter, 4 cups mini marshmallows, and some popsicle sticks. If you'd like to print a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions for this or any other recipe you've seen on Activity TV, check out our website at www.activitytv.tv. Rice Krispie treats are one of my favorite snacks. This recipe is fun and easy, so let's get started. First, I'm going to melt some butter in a saucepan. Adjust your heat accordingly. Keep that butter moving. You want to melt it really nice there. Once it starts bubbling, the butter is dissolved, you add your marshmallows. Okay. Be sure to clear your workspace. Bring your Rice Krispie treats in closer. And just keep stirring until all the marshmallows melt. Right now I'm working on a low flame. Now that I feel like I have a little bit more control of it, I want to put it up just a little bit more. There we go. Keep it moving. You don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pan. So it's important to keep that marshmallow and butter mixture moving. Once you feel the mixture is together, now we're going to add the Rice Krispies. And now the Crispy Treats. There we go. Be sure to keep that mixture moving. We don't want it to stick. And evenly coat the Crispy Treats with the marshmallow mixture. There we go. Keep it moving. It's smelling good. Now all the little rice treats are covered with marshmallow mixture. We're going to take it over to our cutting board. Now it's ready to form our balls. What I have here is an ice cream scooper. I'm sure you have one at home. What you want to do is just get in there and grab a scoop of the mixture, put it on your cooking board, and just real nice and easy form a ball. You know what I'm doing here? Let me show you. The ice cream scooper makes it nice and easy because it's already in a ball. All we want to do is just tighten it up a little bit, just like I'm doing here. Just push it together with your hands, make a ball, put it on your plate, grab one of your popsicle sticks, and just push it in the top of the mixture. And then just go back and form the mixture around the popsicle stick, just like I'm doing right here. See that? Let's do another one. Practice makes perfect. Grab a scoop of the mixture, okay, put it right on your work area, form it into a ball, nice and gently, put it on your plate, take one of your popsicle sticks, and again, just gently put it in the middle of the mixture, and come back, and just gently push that mixture together, forming a ball around the popsicle stick. When you're done shaping each Rice Krispie treat, let them cool down and harden. I have some here that are cool and ready to eat. Delicious. Thanks for cooking with me. I'm Ralph Pellerino. See you next time. This recipe is beginner level. Hi, and welcome to Activity TV. I'm Chef Ralph Pellerino, and today I'm going to show you how to make chocolate chip peanut butter balls. Sometimes you use an oven or tools that can be harmful, like a knife, so be sure to have an adult around to cook with you. Here are the ingredients you'll need. 1½ cups peanut butter, 3½ cups of powdered sugar, a ½ cup of butter, softened, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1 package chocolate chips, shredded coconut. If you'd like to print a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions for this or any other recipe you've seen on Activity TV, check out our website at www.activitytv.tv. Peanut butter balls are easy to make and are a delicious after-school snack. Let's get started. The first thing you want to do is mix peanut butter, butter, and vanilla with an electric mixer. Let me show you. Now we got our butter in. It's time for the peanut butter. Make sure you get everything out there. It's very important. Okay. A little bit of that vanilla. Now it's time for our hand mixer. Make sure you blend all this together really well. Now that we have it all blended together, it's time to add our powdered sugar. Now keep in mind, we want to add a little bit of sugar at a time, just like this. Mixer in one hand, powdered sugar in the other. Just slowly incorporate a little bit as we mix it, okay? Now that we have it all blended, I'm going to add my chocolate chips and fold them in with my spatula, just like this. When we fold, we just gently incorporate the chocolate chips into our mixture, just like I'm doing here. I think that's ready to go. Now what we want to do is we have our coconut, shredded coconut right here. And I'm going to go ahead and use my ice cream scooper. Just scoop out a nice size scoop, just like this. Put it in my hands. Just go ahead and make a nice round ball, just like that. Okay? And then you're going to roll it in the coconut. Let the coconut stick to the balls, just like that. And then you're going to put it on your plate. Let's try a couple. Take a scoop, put it in your hand, just roll it around just like I'm doing, and then gently roll it into the coconut. See how that coconut sticks to the ball? And then we put it on our plate. Let's do one more. Take that mixture in your hand, just roll it nice and gently, and then right into the coconut. Just roll it around, let that coconut stick, and there we have it. These chocolate chip peanut butter balls are ready to eat right away. Thanks for cooking with me today. I'm Ralph Palorino. See you next time. This recipe is beginner level. Hi, and welcome to Activity TV. I'm Chef Ralph Palorino, and today I'm going to show you how to make icy cold lemonade. Sometimes we use an oven or tools that can be harmful, like a knife, so be sure to have an adult around to cook with you. Here are the ingredients you'll need. 1 cup water, 1 cup sugar, juice from 6 lemons, 4 cups cold water, ice. If you'd like to print a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions for this or any other recipe you've seen on Activity TV, check out our website at www.activitytv.tv. The secret to this lemonade recipe is to use simple syrup, made by boiling together sugar and water and then cooling. Very simple, let me show you. Over here, I have 1 cup of water and 1 cup of sugar. I've already started boiling my water, and all I'm going to do is take my sugar and simply incorporate it into the water until you can't see the sugar anymore. Eventually, the sugar will disappear into the water, and we'll have our simple syrup. Now that the sugar has disappeared into the water, we're going to shut our flame off, put it in the refrigerator and let it cool. I've already gone and done that. Just like that. Now it's time to make the lemonade. Let's just kind of go over what we have. We have the juice of 5 lemons. We have our 4 cups of water. I have my handy dandy pitcher and a glass of ice. You know what this is for. I went ahead and juiced 5 lemons ahead of time. But let me show you how one's done. Just take your lemon, put it in your juicer, close it up, put it over your bowl, and just squeeze as hard as you can. There we go. And if you don't have a juicer, just go ahead and juice it with your hand, just like this. We have our simple syrup, juice of 6 lemons and 4 cups of water. Go ahead and put everything into the pitcher and mix it up. Put all that water in there. And now you give it a stir, nice and easy. Now that we have it all stirred together, grab yourself a glass of ice, pour it in, nice and slow. There's your glass of lemonade. Oh wow, that's great. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Ralph Palorino. See you next time. beginner level. Hi, and welcome to Activity TV. I'm Chef Ralph Ballerino, and today we're making cherry Jell-O pops. Sometimes we use an oven or tools that can be harmful, like a knife, so be sure to have an adult around to cook with you. Here are the ingredients you'll need. 1 package of cherry Jell-O powder, 1 cup boiling water, 1 1/4 cup white grape juice, popsicle molds. If you'd like to print a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions for this or any other recipe you've seen on Activity TV, check out our website, www.activitytv.tv. Popsicles are so easy to make and are super tasty. Let's get started. First, we need to get our boiling water. I already went ahead and boiled off 1 cup of water. I'm going to take that off the stove and pour that in my measuring cup, just like that. I'm going to take my cherry Jell-O powder, put it in the boiling water, give it a stir or two. I want to stir that till the gelatin dissolves, just like that. And now I'm going to pour in my white grape juice. Give that a couple stirs. Make sure all those ingredients are dissolved. And now, I told you it was going to be easy. We're going to pour them into our molds. Take your time. Just fill each mold up to the top. Just like that. Go ahead and put your tops on. What's great about these pops, they're actually jerk-free because we put gelatin in. All set and ready to put in the freezer. So my popsicles have been in the freezer for about 2 hours, and I think they're ready to eat. Wow, look at that. That's a good popsicle. Thanks for joining me. I'm Ralph Ballerino. See you next time. This recipe is beginner level. Hi, and welcome to Activity TV. I'm Chef Ralph Ballerino, and I'm going to show you how to make chocolate-dipped frozen bananas. Sometimes it's cool that can be harmful, like a knife, so be sure to have an adult around to cook with you. This recipe comes to us from Holly Clegg's trim and terrific freezer-friendly meals. Here are the ingredients you'll need. 2 bananas, 1 cup chocolate chips, 1 tablespoon butter, wooden skewers, granola, chopped nuts, and miniature chocolate candies. If you'd like to print a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions for this or any other recipe you've seen on Activity TV, check out our website at www.activitytv.tv. Frozen bananas are a great way to cool down on hot summer days. And I have a great recipe to show you that's loaded with chocolate and other goodies. Let's get started. The first thing we want to do is cut our bananas. Got a nice bunch of bananas here. What you want to do is peel them back, just like that. Then you want to do is cut off each end, and then cut them in thirds. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and peel it back. Put that on your cutting board. Now what we want to do is take our skewers, put them through each one, lay them on our baking sheet. Nice and easy. Just right through the center. Put them on your baking sheet. Just get all these done. We're going to put these in the freezer for about 4 hours. Now they're ready for the freezer. You want to make sure that they're frozen throughout. And now we're ready for our chocolate sauce. Come on over here. I have a double boiler. What that is, let me show you. I have some water boiling below, and I have a bowl that I put on top of it. This way the chocolate doesn't burn or cook too fast. It just kind of gently cooks it and melts the butter and the chocolate together. So go ahead and put your butter in. Just going to give it a twirl. Okay. And now we're going to add our chocolate chips. What I recommend is a pot holder. This way you can hold on to the pot and give that a good stir. See how that chocolate's coming together real nice? Think it's ready. The chocolate's just about done. I'm going to turn the stove off here. Bring the mixture over to my cutting board. Look at that. Isn't that great? Got my frozen bananas and they're ready to get dipping in the chocolate. Here's what we want to do. Now we have our chopped peanuts, our mini M&Ms, and our granola. So simply take one of the frozen bananas, dip it in the chocolate, just like this. There we go. And this one I'm going to dip in peanuts. There you go. Just pat it in. Oh, that looks great. That's one. How about we do one in the little mini candies? If you're having a problem getting the chocolate on the bananas, just use your spatula and just kind of form the chocolate on the bananas. Dip that right into candies. Wow, that looks great. And how about let's make one with granola? Just grab one of your bananas. Just kind of form it on the chocolate on the banana. Try to get it each side. Now we're going to take it over the granola. Just kind of press it in there. Bury it in that granola. Wow, that looks great. Bring it over here. Now I have an idea. I say we do one last one and just mix everything together. What do you think? Now I'm going to throw it in the peanuts first. Gently press. Then go over to the mini chocolate candies here. And we're going to lay it on here. All three. That is fantastic. Now we're going to stick them in the freezer for about another hour, let them harden, and then eat them. Now that all my toppings are frozen, it's time to chow down. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Ralph Pellerino. See you next time. This recipe is beginner level. Hi, and welcome to Activity TV. Get ready to make some awesome summer popsicles. I'm Chef Ralph Pellerino, and today I'm going to show you how to whip up some frozen lemon berry ice pops. Sometimes we use an oven or tools that can be harmful, like a knife, so be sure to have an adult around to cook with you. Here are the ingredients you'll need. 1 can lemonade concentrate, 3 cups water, 1 package frozen raspberries, ice cube tray, toothpicks, and plastic wrap. If you'd like to print a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions for this or any other recipe you've seen on Activity TV, check out our website at www.activitytv.tv. Nothing beats the heat like an icy cold popsicle, and the recipe I'm about to show you will definitely keep you cool. So let's get rolling on these popsicles. In a large pitcher, you want to put your lemonade concentrate in, then your water, just like that. Give that a couple stirs. I'm going to set it aside. Get started on our raspberries. I have my frozen raspberries. I'm going to put those in my blender. Now, a little trick here is put a little bit of that lemonade mixture right in there. That'll aid in the process. I'd say about halfway through. And we're going lid back on. And away we go. Looking good. Now I have my mixture, a little bit of lemonade, and those frozen raspberries. Bring back my pitcher and incorporate the frozen mixture of raspberries and lemonade into my pitcher. There we go, nice and slow. Give that a couple spins. Nice and easy. There we go. Okay. Now what I want to do is just mix that up real good. Nice and refreshing. This is looking good already. Okay. Now what we want to do is take our ice tray. Just your standard ice tray. Take some plastic wrap, set it aside. And now what we're going to do is pour our mixture into the ice tray. You may have a couple lumps, so try to get as close as you can to the ice tray so you don't cause too much of a mess. Cooking's fun, but it could be a little messy too. I think that's what makes it fun. Now we got our mixture in there, and we actually got a lot more mixture to go. So just take some extra ice trays and fill them up and put them in the freezer. One sheet. Just cover that tray, nice and snug. Just like that. See that? Okay. And now what we want to do is take our toothpicks and just poke each box. There's 2, and so on and so forth. Now they may fall a little bit, but just try to fix them. That's why the plastic wrap is there, to try and keep them in place. So the tighter the plastic wrap, the better chance you have of the toothpicks not sliding all around. And now we're ready for the freezer. I actually pre-made some before, so I'm going to pull them out. Hopefully they're ready. Look at that. Absolutely ready to go. Well, first we want to do is pull the plastic off. Should pop right off. Just kind of grab the sides and then just lift off. And give it a couple shakes. Pop one out. Now that's good. I hope you enjoyed cooking with me today. I'm Ralph Pellerino. See you next time. This recipe is beginner level. Hi, and welcome to Activity TV. If you like cookies and ice cream, then you've come to the right place. I'm Chef Ralph Pellerino, and today I'm going to show you how to make chocolate chip ice cream sandwiches. Here are the ingredients you'll need. 1 package chocolate chip cookies, 1 gallon vanilla ice cream, 1 package mini chocolate chips, plastic wrap. If you'd like to print a list of ingredients and step-by-step instructions for this or any other recipe you've seen on Activity TV, check out our website at www.activitytv.tv. These easy ice cream sandwiches are always a hit. Let's get started. To assemble the sandwiches, the first thing you need to do is soften your ice cream in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes. I put mine in a little bit ago. Let me grab it. I think it's ready to go. Okay, we've got our ice cream here. Now we want to grab our chocolate chips. What I want to do, I'm going to take the top chocolate chip cookie off, and that'll make a nice base for my ice cream. Got my ice cream scooper right here. Go ahead, grab 1 scoop of vanilla ice cream, place that on each cookie. Now what I recommend, if your ice cream tends to stick a little bit like mine is, have some water along there and just dip your ice cream scooper in there. It'll make it a little bit easier to form the ice cream ball. There we go. Okay. That's better. Take another scoop, just like that. This is fun. There we go. Make sure you have enough ice cream on each one, because when you press down, we want to have enough ice cream along the edges, like this one, to roll our chocolate chips in. I'm going to give this one just a little bit more. Okay. I think that's enough. Now, what we want to do is take the other chocolate chip cookie, put it on each one, and we're going to go ahead and back and press them down. Ready? First one. There we go. Second one. There we go. See how the ice cream's kind of oozing off the edges? Perfect. And one last one. There we go. Okay, now we're ready for the chocolate chips. So you take one of those chocolate chip sandwiches, with the ice cream around the edges, take your chocolate chip, and just roll the edges. Nice and gentle. See what I'm doing? Just press in there. Should be enough ice cream to stick to those chocolate chips. Look at that. There's one. Again, just press real gently into it. Wow. There we go. And one final one, we're going to wrap these up and stick them back in the freezer. There we go. Okay, now what you want to do is take some plastic wrap. Okay, now we got our plastic wrap. Put it on the plate. Take one of your ice cream sandwiches and wrap it up real tight. Now the reason why we're doing this is to prevent freezer burn. This way it'll taste really good. And just repeat that. On the plate. This looks better. On the plate. Just kind of wrap it up. On the plate. All right, we finished that last one. Now let the sandwiches freeze for about 2 hours or until they're firm. Then they're ready to eat. Thanks for cooking with me today. I'm Ralph Palorino. See you next time.